Juliet Funt, A Minute to Think, Reclaim Creativity, Conquer Busyness, and Do Your Best Work. In today's fast-paced world, it's all too easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of busyness, leaving little room for creativity and meaningful accomplishments. A Minute to Think, by Juliet Funt aims to help readers reclaim their creativity by breaking free from the shackles of never-ending to-do lists and endless tasks. This book emphasizes the importance of creating space to think and highlights the difference between being busy and being truly productive. Through relatable anecdotes and eye-opening insights, Funt provides practical solutions for battling burnout and finding balance in our ever-demanding lives.
Breathing space for potential. Everyone needs breathing space to reach their full potential. In our fast-paced lives, we often mistake being busy for being productive. However, constantly filling our schedules with tasks and to-do lists leaves us with no mental space for thinking, ultimately stifling our potential. It is crucial to recognize the difference between busy and productive, and make room for moments of pause where creativity and innovation can flourish. Have you ever wondered why you feel exhausted and unaccomplished at the end of a busy day? It's because our days are filled with tasks, errands, and responsibilities, leaving us with hardly any time to think or simply breathe. The real question is, are you actually productive or just constantly busy? Picture this: the author tried to build a fire on a family vacation but struggled to ignite it. Only when she realized that the tightly packed paper, fire starters, and logs left no room for oxygen to circulate could the fire truly come to life. Just like the fire, we need space to breathe, think, and unleash our full potential. Now, let's consider Linda, a successful healthcare sales professional. After getting promoted, she faced an overwhelming workload, leaving her with no time for breaks or even a proper meal. She pushed herself to the limit, replacing her lunch break with a jar of peanut butter on her desk. Despite her sacrifices, her performance took a hit, and the qualities that had earned her the promotion in the first place became elusive. Linda's downfall resulted from the lack of breathing space. As with Linda, many of us struggle to recognize the difference between being busy and being productive. In a society where busyness is like a badge of honor, taking breaks or stepping back can lead to feelings of guilt or underperformance. Economists call this phenomenon performative busyness, where we internalize the belief that busier equals better. But the truth is, life is not about jam-packed schedules, rather, it is about creating the right balance between work and mental space. To navigate this modern-day trap, it's high time we challenge the dictates of a packed agenda. By doing so, we can create much-needed breathing space where creativity and innovation can thrive. Embrace your moments of pause and make room for your potential to flourish. After all, it's the oxygen for the fire within us. Escaping the busyness trap. The impulse for constant busyness might stem from our inherent need to conform and fit in with others around us. This conformity to the cult of overwork often resembles a subtle brainwashing, causing us to internalize the upside-down logic of busyness. Unfortunately, this habit is detrimental to both personal well-being and overall productivity. Studies reveal high rates of burnout and overwhelming amounts of work among employees. Surprisingly, research has shown that reducing working hours may increase productivity and profitability, challenging the notion of constant busyness as a necessity. Where does our desire to be constantly busy originate? A possible explanation can be traced to our innate need to fit in with those around us. An amusing example of this can be found in the American TV show Candid Camera, where unsuspecting individuals often mimic the bizarre behaviors of nearby actors. This same conformity is seen in the workplace, where we perceive busyness as the norm, and avoiding it seems almost unthinkable. The fear of being the only one not working late or of leaving emails unanswered compels us to join the culture of overwork. Sadly, the widespread belief that face time at the office is paramount and downtime is unimportant has detrimental effects on our well-being and productivity. A recent Gallup study found that nearly a quarter of all workers feel burned out most of the time. Furthermore, a Deloitte study revealed that over 2/3 of employees feel overwhelmed with work. The most disheartening fact is that this stress and burnout are entirely unnecessary. Contrary to popular belief, breaking away from busyness does not mean sacrificing profitability. In a study conducted by Microsoft in Japan, working a 4-day week instead of a 5-day week boosted productivity by 40% and cut overhead costs by nearly 25%. The key takeaway is that by challenging the status quo and freeing ourselves from the trap of constant busyness, we can achieve better work-life balance and productivity. Boost creativity with breaks. It's time to combat the harmful effects of busyness on productivity by understanding the importance of taking breaks. Our brain's frontal lobe handles complex tasks, but it can quickly tire and needs regular breaks to recharge. Embracing breaks can enhance creativity, as the neurological connections required for creative thinking thrive in a relaxed state. Studies show that even short breaks, particularly those involving relaxation or social interactions, significantly improve productivity. So, skip the aimless social media scrolling and instead engage in a refreshing conversation or daydream to truly invigorate your brain. When drowning in a sea of tasks, it's easy to forget that our brain's frontal lobe, which handles our most advanced thinking, has a short battery life. It requires regular breaks to recharge and function optimally. Pressing on with that daunting to-do list without giving your mind some rest ultimately limits your decision-making and problem-solving abilities. Breaks hold incredible power in fueling creativity. They allow our brain the freedom to form those vital neurological connections between current thoughts and past experiences. The more relaxed and undisturbed our mind is, the better these connections form. One study by Carnegie Mellon revealed that taking brief breaks, even just 3 seconds, significantly improved workers' engagement and focus on a task. However, the way you spend your break is what truly matters in boosting productivity. Harvard Business School research identified 4 types of breaks: social, interacting with coworkers; nutritional, snacking or hydrating; relaxation, daydreaming or light exercise; and cognitive, reading or browsing social media. Interestingly, only relaxation and social breaks positively impacted productivity, while cognitive breaks were found to hinder performance. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed and your productivity starts to wane, resist the temptation to open that social media app or newspaper. Instead, opt for a rejuvenating chat with a coworker or take a moment to let your mind wander. Embrace the art of taking breaks and watch your creativity and productivity flourish. Taming time thieves. Our inherent desires for excellence and information can sometimes go into overdrive in the modern workplace, ultimately stealing our valuable free time. Perfectionism and information overload are these time thieves, making us work harder than necessary and hindering productivity. To combat these issues, we must learn to allocate our efforts towards the most deserving tasks and accept that there will always be more to learn or know. In today's fast-paced, competitive workplace, our natural drives for excellence and acquiring information are amped up. While these drivers benefit us, they can also lead to the thievery of much-needed free time. The pursuit of excellence can quickly devolve into perfectionism, a notorious time thief. To identify if you're a perfectionist, consider whether you often find yourself overly focused on minor details or putting intense effort into seemingly unimportant tasks. Perfectionism may initially appear commendable, but when applied indiscriminately to every task you undertake, the results are counterproductive. Since both time and the capacity for excellence are finite, it pays to visualize them as golden coins in a small purse. Distribute your coins, your time and effort, wisely among tasks, saving them for the ones that truly merit such investment. The other significant drive we possess is the insatiable hunger for information, and when left unchecked, it leads to information overload. Signs of such overload include the inability to resist clicking notifications as they appear, constantly checking emails, or excessively sharing facts and data with others. In the age of instant updates, we are inundated with more information than our minds have evolved to process. A single day's news edition now contains more information than people in the 17th century encountered in an entire year. To break free from information overload, accept the fact that you'll never feel like you know enough, regardless of how much you read or learn. There will always be another learning curve ahead, and embracing this reality is essential to preserve your sanity and productivity. To protect your free time in this modern environment, it's crucial to recognize the pitfalls of perfectionism and information overload. Make a conscious effort to direct your energy towards tasks that genuinely deserve it and acknowledge that the pursuit of knowledge is an ongoing endeavor without a finish line. Strike that balance between striving for success and allowing yourself to breathe, and you'll find that productivity thrives in this equilibrium. Digital communication overdose. The digital world has gradually overtaken our work lives, with emails and video conferences replacing traditional face-to-face conversations. Unfortunately, this shift in communication has negatively impacted our relationships and overall productivity. The presence of phones during conversations lessens our likability, while their proximity can impair cognitive abilities. Our dependence on digital communication can be attributed to the dopamine released when interacting with new content. Constantly checking emails and social media allows for easier distractions and serves as a way to procrastinate, hindering our progress. One potential solution to curb this addiction is adopting the email diet, limiting email and social media use to specific times throughout the day. This minimizes distractions and encourages healthy digital habits. Mastering communication techniques. Language is a potent tool that can pave the way to success or conflict, depending on how it is used. Taking a moment to consider how and what to say can vastly improve communication, especially in professional settings. Choosing the appropriate medium, whether quick 2D methods for simple requests or more nuanced 3D channels for substantial conversations, is crucial for effective communication. Empathy and logical expression further enhance interactions and resolve conflicts productively. Language is the framework upon which we can build dreams, aspirations, and connections, but it is also capable of weaving discord and misunderstanding. Mastering communication is the key to harnessing the power of language positively, and it begins by simply pausing and reflecting on what and how to convey our thoughts. In professional environments, the choice of the communication medium is crucial for reaping the desired outcome. Two-dimensional, 2D, methods such as emails, text messages, or instant messages have their place and are apt for straightforward requests or queries, where a straightforward acknowledgement is enough. However, for complex conversations, where emotions and nuances hold importance, 2D mediums may falter. This is where three-dimensional, 3D, channels, encompassing voice-to-voice or face-to-face interactions like in-person meetings, phone calls, or video conferencing, prove beneficial. By enabling subtler cues like tone of voice and body language, 3D communication allows a more authentic and empathetic exchange of ideas and opinions. When tackling sensitive topics with coworkers, it is vital to approach the matter with consideration and appreciation. Put yourself in their position and gain insight into their perspective to establish a respectful foundation for the conversation. Articulating your experiences clearly, discussing your feelings, and expressing preferred outcomes can pave the way for positive and rational exchanges, strengthening relationships and fostering a better work environment. Rethinking meeting priorities. Change your perspective on meetings from time thieves to valuable opportunities for creativity and group problem solving. As COVID-19 has revealed our need for the connections that meetings can provide, re-evaluating our approach to them is essential. By determining the importance and relevance of each meeting using two simple questions, one can avoid feeling guilty about declining the invitation, while still remaining engaged with the necessary information. Gone are the days when meetings were seen as time thieves, thanks to COVID-19. The pandemic has made us crave the connection and intimacy once experienced during face-to-face interactions, while sharing thoughts and ideas around a table. Instead of trying to eliminate meetings entirely, it's time to reevaluate how they fit into our work lives, ensuring that they don't take up too much or too little of our precious time. The key takeaway is that not all meetings are created equal. To ensure they're appropriately prioritized, ask yourself two critical questions next time that meeting invite lands in your inbox. Firstly, consider if you have a unique contribution to offer. Is there a vital idea you need to share, or will your absence cause crucial information to be missed? If so, accept the invitation. Secondly, evaluate if attending would benefit you personally. Perhaps you're seeking interactions with an influential leader or need discussions with colleagues to progress a project. If yes, go ahead to the meeting. But if the answer to both questions is negative, do not hesitate to decline without guilt. Declining an invite doesn't mean disengaging entirely. Delegating your attendance to a team member can ensure all necessary updates are communicated while providing growth opportunities for subordinates who might not have attended otherwise. Therefore, as we navigate the post-pandemic work environment, it's crucial to be mindful of the significance and value each meeting brings to both ourselves and our teams.
In conclusion, A Minute to Think offers a compelling argument for reevaluating our relationship with busyness and the way we approach work, creativity, and productivity. The book guides readers to recognize the negative effects of performative busyness and offers techniques to create the much-needed breathing space in our daily routines. The key takeaways are to prioritize free time, avoid information overload, utilize effective communication methods, and embrace the power of taking breaks. By making these subtle changes, we can rediscover the creativity we thought we lost in the chaos and achieve our true potential, both professionally and personally.